This is Robert Merlache, the MindShare Learning Report. Happy Friday and welcome to This Week in Canadian EdTech special unboxing edition with 15 days to go to our Schools of the Future contest. I'm honored to have join me for a MindShare Learning Moment from Front Row, Scott Vandenberg, Country Manager, and from Diversified Canada, Mark McPherson, Vice President. Today's unboxing is featuring the Lyrik portable wireless sound system that's part of our prize package for our 14th Canadian Schools of the Future Challenge with a little twist, a student innovation challenge infusing the sustainable development goals. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this lovely Friday.
My pleasure.
Happy Friday, Robert. Great to talk to you again.
Well, it's such an honor to connect with you guys and really thrilled to have you back as partners in this 14th year. I never imagined that we'd still be going strong and over $1 million in prizing during that time. And really, it's about making an impact on sharing success story and best practices and all the great work that teachers are doing across the country. And I think we embrace that notion about innovation and sharing success stories. And Mark is a longtime colleague in the industry, NetTech Diversified's gone through a tremendous transformation, and you're going strong as ever and growing.
The last couple of years have been a roller coaster ride, like I think for many of us, in the industry, educators included, and we're so excited to be back again this year. I think, Robert, we might have been sponsoring this contest for those entire 14 years.
I believe so.
We missed a year, so
we're in a different iteration, advanced, and now you're a much larger company with more robust support for education. And talk to us about the year it's been for you and your offerings and how that's evolved.
That's correct. Yeah, the last couple of years have been wonderful being part of that transition from advanced to diversified. We're now a global solution provider of classroom education technology and audiovisual solutions to schools across Canada. And, the being part of a larger entity has really enabled us to launch a series of new solutions and just new support services, which is exciting for us. And also it's exciting to be able to offer more to our customers.
And absolutely. And with one of your valued partners, Front Row, talk to us about that partnership.
And yeah, exactly. So we're excited to be back. And this year we're in partnership with Front Row, which is a long-standing vendor that we really have done a lot with in Canada. And I think, one of the things I'll say is when it comes to classroom technology, we often get pulled into the trends, whether it's STEM or, the more visible, visual solutions that, we put into classrooms. But the whole audio side where you're dealing with like teacher voice fatigue and making sure that all students can hear what the teacher's message is being, it's such an important part of the solution that we bring to market. So we're excited to be here and sponsoring this contest in conjunction with Front Row.
Well, thank you so much for that, Mark. And as someone who's had voice issues in the past, in my previous life as sport information director at York University and 2 surgeries, I really emphasize the importance of proper sound amplification when you're presenting to groups. Depending on the size, you have to adapt. And that's a great segue to Scott Vandenberg. And thank you again for joining us. Mark, have a great weekend. And we're going to pass the baton over to Scott for a conversation and a demo of the latest product as part of the prize package, Lyrik.
Absolutely. Hey, awesome segue by Mark, right? Maybe you should be cutting me out and having a beautiful presentation.
Why is it important for a teacher to have a microphone in the classroom? Let's kick it off with that, Scott.
It's an awesome question. And you and Mark already touched on it to an extent. My favorite thing is just a statistic from this study. The average student, not the average hearing impaired student, but the average student misses 25% of spoken instructional content. Wow. So when you think about that, right, like think of all the things we do to make up literacy gains or engagement gains and gains here and there when our average student is missing 25% of spoken instructional content. One really simple way I like to get people to understand this is think of, I'm going to get you to do a little exercise here with me, Robert. I'm going to get you to say ah. Say ah.
Ah.
Yeah. And you could scream that, right? You could yell it. No, don't do that. But you could yell it at the top of your lungs. Now make a TH sound. Now scream it. You can't do it. On average, consonants have a 30 decibel difference between consonants and vowels.
Wow.
So when a teacher tells me I have a teacher voice, I like to remind them that you do certainly for vowels, but your students who are learning literacy need to hear everything. And then you and Mark already mentioned, teacher vocal fatigue, things like that. There's a million reasons to have a microphone in there for the teacher, but especially for the students.
Now, last year you gave away the Juno as part of the prize pack. What makes the Lyrik different from the Juno?
For sure. I'm actually going to jump over here now, Robert. I hope you can still see and hear me just fine.
I can hear you. And
absolutely. So here's the Juno that we gave away last year. So this year we're looking at the Lyrik here. And the primary difference between the two is actually the technology the microphone uses. So the Juno, I would still say, is the Cadillac of in-classroom solutions that have a speaker built into it. But what the Juno lacks a little bit is versatility. It's not, because it uses IR, it can't be used outside or in large open spaces. Well, that's where the Lyrik comes in. Not only is it an incredible in-class solution, but it can be used just about anywhere, whether in class, outside, in the gym, track and field day, running bus lines. It's super portable. It weighs less than 10 pounds. Where the Juno is a little closer to 20 to 30 pounds.
Amazing.
Something that has just a ton of flexibility, but still 60 watts of power. One other thing actually that is a little bit unique about it in comparison to the Juno is that it has a built-in battery. So there's a battery built in here that can last up to 7 to 8 hours, Robert. So you could really use it all day outside, completely wireless.
I love the portability. And talk to me about the ability to use that for, say, video conferencing.
Oh, absolutely. So right now for this call, I chose to use this Juno for video conferencing, really because the one way I would have to wire this is to wire it to my computer to use it for video conferencing. It absolutely can do that, but I wanted to be able to move this around to show it to you. However, we use it so regularly for video conferencing that just like the Juno, we came out with a cable adapter kit, so you can easily just plug a USB directly from in here to your computer and use it exactly the way I'm using it now. I have the freedom to move around, and you can still hear me clearly.
Is the Lyrik just for teacher microphones, or can it play audio from other sources as well?
Actually, that's a really good question, Robert. So the really cool thing about the Lyrik, and I'm actually going to make one little adjustment so that we can look at the back of here nice and clearly. So this is the back of the Lyrik. And if you look at the back, we have multiple audio input options. So first of all, it's got a Bluetooth option. So really simply, this can be used as a wireless Bluetooth speaker. So we can pair to Bluetooth. So there's an audio input option. We also have an audio input right here that you can use an aux cable for. There's an audio output with gain control, and that's really for the sake of connecting to a student who may have a hearing aid or assisted listening device and being able to control that volume. And then lastly, over here, we actually have, for the first time in one of our products, a 1/4-inch XLR input. So even your traditional microphones that you may use for your PA system will work. So this becomes a portable PA system as well.
Wow.
On top of that, we do have one really cool feature here. So if you're using all these other inputs, there's a button here that says Priority Teach, and you can turn that on. And what that means is that the teacher microphone will always be the priority. So the teacher microphone right here is the pendant microphone. And when the educator is wearing this and using this, even if there's other music playing or a student's talking in the optional student microphone, the teacher's voice will always be the priority. It will duck that other audio.
And then keeping it all together, I know for some of the technologies that we have, controllers go missing, microphones go missing. How do you keep that all together conveniently?
That's actually a great question. So fortunately, we have this awesome travel case for it. It's even got this mesh in the front of it. So if I'm using this unit in this travel case, it doesn't even have to come out. to be used. Audio will easily come through the mesh on the front here. It's got 2 bags on the side for any accessories you want to take around with it. So yeah, absolutely, really easy to move around wherever you might need.
Fantastic, and I really like the portability. And we've got learning commons, we've got maker spaces, you have outdoor play days, so it's really versatile. And to your point about the Juno, it's a great permanent solution in the classroom, but to have that augmented flexibility is quite powerful. And I understand why you decided to select that prize as part of the Schools of the Future Challenge, the 14th year we've been doing this. And as Mark alluded to, he's advanced and now Diversified has been part of it since the beginning. We really value your partnership, and what a great prize pack. And each of the 3 prize winners across the country will receive this awesome prize, along with some professional learning, I understand.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really happy to show up. As you know, Robert, the best technology in the classroom is the technology that gets used. So we're more than happy to come and ensure that everybody has a full understanding of how to use the product and use it effectively.
Well, with that, thank you so much. I'm going to bring Mark back into the equation here. And gentlemen, thank you so much for a quick sneak peek unboxing of the Lyrik. Congratulations on the technology, the new technology. And I imagine if they want to learn more, perhaps you can share where they can learn more about that.
Absolutely. So first of all, I would recommend contacting your Diversified rep, because they're going to have all of the information that you need and can turn around a quote for you really quickly. I'll also throw out, unlike a lot of products in this industry, we have tons of inventory of this product. It's a new product. We'd be happy to get them out there for you. So reach out to Diversified for your quotes.
Well, it's great to hear you don't have supply chain issues like many organizations.
Well, I'm not going to say we have no supply chain issues, but we have lots of Lyriks.
Oh, fantastic. Mark, final thoughts to share.
Hey, Robert, last thing I just wanted to say was, a big shout out and thanks to the MindShare team for the way you organize this contest. It's really gained momentum over the years. And, you look at I've seen a lot of the videos over the years and how they developed with the submissions. It's so inspiring to see what the students and the teachers are putting together for this. So kudos to your team for just continuing to drive this. And, from our perspective, it's just a really small way that we can kind of give back to schools that honestly, they need the support, they need these prizes. And so, it's just a small way for us to give back, which we love.
Well said. Thank you. Grateful for your kind comments, Mark and Scott. Thank you again for your time today.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
That was Scott Vandenberg from Front Row and Mark McPherson from Diversified. My name is Robert Merlacci, the Mindshare Learning Report. Be sure to check out www.mindsharelearning.com to learn how you can enter the contest. And please share this with your teacher colleagues and friends. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep the learning curve steep.